Okay, so if you're asking, can you daily blank pre-workout? This is gonna answer that question for you. Now, daily pre-workouts, what does it mean? First of all, daily is mostly a term that's new. It hasn't really been used, say, 10 years ago for pre-workouts, but now with pre-workouts, there's so many categories that I guess there should be a daily type of pre-workout category. Daily just means like reliable, something you can use on a regular basis without side effects, dangers, and all this. So when you're using a daily pre-workout, you're looking for something that you can comfortably use that will not affect your tolerance as much as something else. So let's say, for example, the easiest example I can come up with is coffee. Coffee could be a daily, and it probably is for you before you got into pre-workouts. And with coffee, it wasn't like you were downing espressos or, let's say, so many cups of coffee to the point where you couldn't sleep, right? So when you're looking for a pre-workout, the amount of caffeine that could be considered a daily is usually anywhere between 0, like a non-stim pre-workout, to, let's say, 300. If it's above 300, it's pushing it. However, there is a fine line. Like if you're tolerating 400 milligrams of caffeine and you're able to sleep well and you don't have any issues with your cardiovascular system, you're checking your blood pressure and your heart rate and nothing is jumping, and you're basically not having a panic attack every time you're taking this amount, then it's usually fine. But if you're trying to get your tolerance down, then using a pre-workout with less caffeine than you're used to is smart. And this is where like a daily pre-workout could come into play. And let's be real, you're not going to be taking a pre-workout every day. There should be at least like one day off for most people. And you can keep in mind that you can take a non-stimulant pre-workout more safely every day than a stimulant-based pre-workout. And of course, when you're using pre-workouts, and I shouldn't have to say this, but don't combine other sources of caffeine. So you're just getting your caffeine from your pre-workouts unless you're managing it well. I notice for myself when I'm taking a lower stim pre-workout than I'm used to, I am a little bit more tired throughout the day. I sleep like so good, and I don't have issues with my training. I can train hard still, but then come home and I'm able to sleep nicely. And this is what you want, because when you're taking a strong pre-workout, you're borrowing so much energy. Even though you may feel like that energy is gone after your workout, it's still there. Stimulants last a while, and that's why when you completely stop caffeine, you're gonna be sleeping like no tomorrow, you're not gonna be very productive, you're basically kind of repaying your sleep debt and catching up on the energy that you have been borrowing from your future self. And so with daily pre-workouts, you want to avoid taking something with exotic stimulants, say DMHA, erythrogenesis. The more strong a pre-workout feels, the more likely you're going to get withdrawals, and the less likely it'll be like a safe, reliable daily pre-workout. So ideally, it should be something like a pre-workout formula such as Bulk or Bulk Black. These pre-workouts are easy to use every day, and it's easy on the stomach with standard dosing of ingredients, with nothing too crazy. Caffeine is reliable, there's no mix of stimulants, so you're just getting what you need. So if you're scared about the pre-workout you're taking from the side effects, the easiest thing you can do is checking your blood pressure throughout the day, maybe at the same time every day, and your heart rate. And if these are within normal ranges, you're fine. However, if it's not, then you might want to cut back on something, whether it's your pre-workouts or your sodium intake, and manage it well, because those tests are a telling sign that you're not in the green zone of health. So take it easy with pre-workouts. Find something you can take reliably without requiring to borrow so much energy from your future self, because that's essentially what you're doing. So yeah, I hope this helps you.